Ladies and gentlemen, Totem Pole Nation, we are back. We are live. What's going on, Coach? How we doing this morning?
Hey, man, the Nuggets are the world champions. The Joker. What you think, man?
Man, the king of the NBA is now known as the Joker. Wow, that is big stuff, man. And hey, man, it reminds me, I've been very blessed to where I've been in a city that won the championship, the 2020 COVID Super Bowl. I was live in the stadium. It was such an epic party. I got this right here. This was from the day after the Super Bowl. And as you can see, those people are living the dream right there. Yep, we went to one of our favorite places to eat, and it was just amazing, man. When you're in a city that wins the whole thing, everything's just great. Everybody's happy. Everybody's high fiving. It's like everybody's family, man. It sucks that it takes that to be like that, but yeah, man. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets. I was a huge Dikembe Mutombo fan back in the day, man. I loved him. He used to swat your shot, and he would give you the finger. No, he would give you the finger. Oh yeah, yeah. So I was a huge Mount Mutombo fan. So good for them, man. Good for them. It was they slipped up that one game, in Denver, but pretty much dominated the rest of the series. And so great season for them,
The NBA
without
is
a doubt.
back. Do we get a NHL champion yet?
No, that's going to be it could be, I think, decided either tonight or tomorrow, man. That Vegas team is up 3-1. So yeah, it's not looking good for the state of Florida. Both teams got in as eight seeds, so we just barely got in. And I don't know, maybe just getting there is good enough, but it doesn't feel good enough. You know what I'm saying, Coach?
Yeah. So, which season is longer, NHL or NBA? I mean, these
Well,
seasons take forever. They start in the fall and don't get done until the summer. Which season is longer, the NHL or the NBA? Am I freezing up or are you freezing up, Coach Bald? All right, put in the comments, all three people that are watching. Who's freezing up? Is it me or Coach Bald? It may be me. Now, NHL, I don't watch much NHL. That's why we got Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky is our NHL expert. It's got beautiful weather down there in Saint Petersburg. But this is Coach Taylor, and I had Route 10 Coach as my name. Now Coach Bald is gone. Coach Bald is the president. Coach Bald, are you back? You are the president of Totem Pole. He's the owner of Totem Pole. I was talking about Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky had a great debut in his initial podcast with the sensation, Eddie Brown. What'd you
man,
think about Mr. Lucky's first podcast?
it's going to be the first of many legendary podcasts, man. The guy's a natural. You know what I mean? You'd figure he'd studied it in college or whatnot, but man, the guy was great. And yeah, man, Eddie Brown, wow, man, this kid, he is exciting, man. There's one where he just head kicks this guy to start. Holy cow! That was one of my questions. How does it feel to head kick a guy and have the crowd go nuts? And he said exactly what I thought. It felt awesome. Yeah, yeah. Most people, you head kick a guy like that, you might be thrown in prison. You know what I mean? Like deadly, deadly. And yeah, to get him on and to see where he's at only 21 years old. Heck, he's almost got as many belts as he's been doing this sport. You know, a huge, big fan of martial arts, just like myself, just like you were growing up, I'm sure, Coach. But yeah, man, to get him on is awesome. And we definitely want to show his next fight, you know, push, pull, or drag any way possible. We're going to make that happen here at Totem Pole Nation. But yeah, man, great to have him. And yeah, man, Mr. Lucky, man, we hit the lottery. The guy's a lottery ticket for us. I'm super excited. And you got to spend a little bit of time with him beforehand, just getting, you know, getting the kinks out. And I know you guys were exchanging some notes and everything. Tell me about that process and how that went, because it seemed like he'd been doing it a long time.
Mr. Lucky just did his homework. He went on there. He checked out the StreamYard website. Shout out to StreamYard, the best streaming, YouTubing, podcasting company in America, in the world. Mr. Lucky's a natural. You know, yesterday I watched Baby Gronk and Baby Gronk's dad on the Coach JB show. And I could not believe the level of disrespect that was shown to Baby Gronk's dad and to Baby Gronk. This one guy who I know a certain college coach that doesn't particularly like this O-line trainer. All right. Coach JB was cool. I thought he treated Baby Gronk's dad with respect, but this other guy, very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And I heard that he was a clown. So, Baby Gronk's dad, we're trying to get you on Totem Pole Nation because very rarely, Coach Bald, is there a talent seen like Baby Gronk. He was pulling trucks when he was 5 years old in kindergarten.
Wow,
Man,
yeah, I would
are you
love to
familiar with
hear.
Baby Gronk?
Yeah, I've heard some stuff. I've seen, you know, I've seen some footage and everything. That's a big label, you know, to put on anybody. You know what I mean? Because that guy is just a unique talent. He's a generational talent, you know. And I'd love to hear, you know, if his dad felt the same. You know, we know what it looks like. We know what it sounds like. You know, we're pretty comfortable with that area. We know exactly what it looks like. But I would love to hear his feedback and how he took it. If he took it the same, you know, the same way. But yeah, I did not see any of that. So everything you're telling me is all I know about it. But yeah, what did he do? Did he get to perform, or he was with a coach and they were running through some drills, or
No,
just
on the show they just had the dad. The dad was some other guy, Coach JB, and a guy that was the O-line trainer that was very loud and talking over him and telling him he's doing the wrong thing with his son. But he's making money. He's making money for his family. He's putting food on the table. So I can't fault Baby Gronk for that, for taking care of his family and his mom and his dad and his brothers and sisters. You know, some people have it where they don't have to work. They got people handing them money. They're rich already, but Baby Gronk's finding a way. And I got to pay that guy respect and his dad. You know, they said that his dad was like the next Tony, what's his name? Mandarich. What was the quarterback's name from USC?
oh yeah,
Todd
yeah, Todd
Marinovich.
Marinovich, yeah,
Yeah,
Marinovich.
Todd Marinovich. Now, I mean,
Okay.
they're labeling this guy's dad as Todd Marinovich's dad. I mean, Todd Marinovich's dad was the strength coach for the Raiders. He was stretching out his son's hamstrings at 1 month old, you know, to make sure they become elongated to make him faster. Never ate a candy bar in his life till he went to college. But Baby Gronk's dad, we're the low man on the totem pole. So come check us out. We'll embrace you with open arms. Coach Bald might have y'all down for the next party. When's the next party, Coach Bald?
Let's see here. We're doing a big, you know, Unless a big fight pops up that we gotta be involved with, we're definitely doing one. The July 1st weekend. That's always a good throwdown. July 1st is on a Saturday. The 4th, I believe, is going to be on a Tuesday. So we want to have a good time on the weekend, so people can have time to recalibrate. Feel okay. Hey, who knows, man? Maybe the IV hydration. Which, speaking of that, go in now. Log on to Saint Pete Rejuvenate. We are doing a giveaway for IV hydration therapy. It's great this time of year. Coach, it's already 85 degrees here, my man. It is already 85 degrees, and we're not even at 8 o'clock. So you can imagine what this is going to feel like come 3 o'clock. 3 to 4. I mean, it'll melt you. That's how hot it is this time of year. What are you dealing with up there? You guys having some good weather at the moment?
I mean, it feels like spring, dude. It might be 65. I'm not sure. I got shorts and a cutoff hoodie. Some people buy cutoff hoodies. I just make them. Cut them off. But I'm excited. Today, Fred Goldsmith, the former head coach at Rice and Duke, will be on. Wow. And he's got a lot of stories to tell. Now, the linebacker coach from England, he has contacted me and he's had to postpone the time because he has to get it cleared with the NFL before he comes on.
Wow.
All right, he must be in the NFL Academy. I said, Roger Goodell will holler at me. Benny Serrato, the #1 recruiter in America at Notre Dame. He must be in the NFL somewhere because he said they're in OTAs, and he will be coming on next Monday. Wednesday, Jim Cavanaugh, my friend.
Wow.
He recruited Boogie Henderson to UNC. Then he went to Virginia Tech and brought Michael Vick. Man, that changed the game forever. That was a game changer. Coach Cavanaugh is the only man in the world who has ever coached at University of Maryland with Bobby Ross. All right, University of Virginia, Virginia Tech, UNC, and North Carolina State. Coach Jim Cavanaugh played for Marv Levy and Lou Holtz at William & Mary.
Wow. What a
Marv
history
Levy's
lesson.
still alive. He's 100 years old, man.
Great coach of the Buffalo Bills. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Man, that is super cool. Man, the dream team of players that he has brought in, if you put that team, if you lined them up, all those players from those squads, holy cow, that guy is a mastermind when it comes to the recruiting and just college football in general, the people that he's being around. He might just be Mr. DMV and Carolina with all that, man. That is he's
the greatest recruiter of all time, man. He's the greatest recruiter of all time. Everybody loves Jim Cavanaugh. He lives in Charlotte, North Carolina.
About Vinny Serrato as well. Are there some names that you could throw out there of guys that he brought to Notre Dame? Was he the guy that brought, Tim Brown, Tony Rice?
Yes.
Wow, man. I love that. Those Notre Dame teams, that was the Catholic versus the convict time that he was on that staff. Is that correct, Coach?
Yes. He was a full-time recruiter. He did not coach. His only job was recruiting, and they have recruiting guys. I'm getting text messages from college coaches right now asking me about kids that don't even play in Richmond, but play in Virginia that have been offered. But this guy, Benny Serrato, his only job was recruiting, and he stayed on the road all year. All he did was go to different high schools all the time. And Notre Dame, they had the budget to hire a guy like him. But the NCAA got rid of that position. You no longer could send a coach on the road that wasn't a coach and just a recruiter. And he went to the NFL. with the 49ers and then the Redskins. So Vinny Serrato will be coming on next Monday. Yep.
Heck yeah, Coach. That is awesome. It's a perfect time of year to be talking about that because it's off season, and off season is when that's when you got to put in the work. You young guys that are watching and y'all want to get to this next level, man, this is the time that champions are made, in the off season. And it's not just reporting and doing, what you're supposed to during the week, making those workouts. It's what you do on your time away that's really going to raise your game level, and it's going to get you recruited. That extra work you put in, that film work that is just so clutch. Being a great football player from the neck up, that is that's something that's hard to measure. You can measure how big a guy is, what he weighs, how tall, how fast, but can you measure the intelligence and how good a football player a guy is from the neck up? It's what you do in the offseason, Coach.
You're getting me fired up.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
getting
sorry
fired up.
about
I'm about to run my head through one of these concrete walls.
that.
Man.
Wouldn't be the first time. Everybody hide the glass, because this guy has seen a man bite into a bottle before. He's seen a guy eat glass, and he might
Put my
just
head through a drywall. I put my head through drywall when I was asleep. I punched through glass. I got this nice little scar here on my wrist. I was a kid. Yeah, you got to watch when I start getting wild. I have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember there was your brother threw a guy through some glass one time.
Yes, he did. That guy assaulted my brother. He assaulted him, and my brother was just protecting himself. The guy was headbutting my brother's fist. He was headbutting my brother's fist.
That's a bad thing to do. The headbutt is a good move if you use it to headbutt somebody else in the face or in the head, but headbutting another man's fist, headbutting another man's elbow or knee, not a good headbutt maneuver. But Coach, let me ask you this: is there anything breaking on the Off Boy tapes? Is there anything that you want to dive into?
Tapes, yes, the Off Boy tapes. All right. First of all, we had to find a VCR. So I had to go to Bellwood Flea Market, and I bought a VCR for $2.50.
That's what I was going to ask. How much?
$2.50. I got a VCR, but now I need cords. So now I got the cords. I'm at the school. I'm going to be able to get the aux cords, the yellow, white, and red cords. Hopefully TVs still have aux connections. I think they do, or I'll go buy another TV from, the Golden Goat Pawn Shop. Shout out to Golden Goat. You're the best pawn shop in Richmond. But today is going to be the day that the 3 Off Boy tapes are going to be looked at. All right, now, nothing is going to be released. And actually, these are not real stories. These are recreations, okay? That these are representations of actual people, but they are not the actual people. All right, it's based on a true story. Yeah. So Off Boys will be coming out today. All right, we got this practice from 8:30 to 10:30. I think I'm interviewing my guy from England. He's got to talk to Roger Goodell. And then at 4, I think I pushed back. Fred Goldsmith got pushed back 30 minutes because he's going golfing. But I mean, man, Off Boys, you will have some Off Boys action today.
Wow, that is amazing.
I will promise that.
Amazing breaking news here, Totem Pole Nation. That's what it's all about. We're going live right now. Let me ask you this, Coach. Squared Circle Maniacs Wrestling Podcast. Yes. I know you were on with Bobby Starr, man. What did you learn? Is there anything you want to say about that, man? It seemed like y'all chopped it up for about 1:30, man. Holy cow.
I started off, and then I exited. I went to stage left in the background and watched. Yeah. So I wanted those guys to run the show. But Bobby Starr, what I realized was this, that there's no difference between Bobby Starr and us and the Squared Circle Maniacs. The guy loves wrestling. He was a fan. The only difference is he got the opportunity to wrestle his heroes, to wrestle his idols, the guys he looked up to, he got to go in the ring with. And this guy didn't do it for the money. And people call him a jobber. Well, he is, because he accepted the job. You know, some guys don't make all pro in the NFL. Some guys are practice team guys. Well, it's better to have been on the practice team than to have never made it at all. The guy wrestled Randy the Macho Man Savage. The dude wrestled the Road Warriors. I think he did the Doomsday device more than any person in the world. He was the victim of that. Now, dude, he did it for the love. He didn't do it for the money. And that's why I respect him so much. But there's no difference between him and the Squared Circle Maniacs. But he just got the opportunity. He was at the right place at the right time. The dude drove from Maryland all the way to Atlanta, Georgia. I don't even drive to Maryland. I'm live in Richmond. The dude did it for the love. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, that's I want to know, who were some of his roommates on the road, man, because that's what those
But he
guys
didn't
did
really
back
go on the
then.
road.
Okay.
He didn't travel because he wasn't a contract guy.
Okay.
He got paid in cash until
Gotcha.
WWF, when they became legit, they would pay in checks. But he got paid in cash. And pretty much his job was he got all of the enhancement talent, the jobbers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he would be
gotcha.
like, and a name came up during the podcast that another guy was in charge of the enhancement talent from Tampa. So he would bring
Okay.
a guy bring guys from Tampa. He would bring guys from Maryland, and they need 6 guys. Hey, he calls up 5 guys. Hey man, y'all want to go? Let's go. And they go and they get paid cash. I think it was $50 a match.
Okay.
And dude, I don't think the guy's much older than us. Like he may be a
Gotcha.
little bit older.
Yeah. It's so critical in the business because, without guys like that, you can't have other guys look like superstars. You know what I mean? To look like a superstar, you got to go in there and kind of dominate on guys sometimes. And
Yeah.
man, to take that doomsday device, I mean, that is one of the most scariest looking maneuvers you've ever seen. And to still be able to live and talk about it and stuff like that, that's phenomenal. And that's the thing too with his story and him doing only that. That's probably a good reason why he's okay. He's not like, in really physical bad shape. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't a guy that was doing it all the time or on the road with those guys. Because when those guys would go on the road, stay in hotels and stuff like that, back then, man, those guys, they would burn the candle on both ends. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, coach? Like they need something to get up. Well, they need
He
something to put them
benefited.
down as well,
Yeah, he benefited. He said he benefited from the ring rats, the women that would travel. He said that he mentioned a lot of names. He mentioned the most dangerous announcer in the world. What's his name?
Gary Michael Capetta.
He named Gary Michael Capetta. He mentioned Fidel Sierra. I mean,
Oh,
he was
wow.
dropping a lot of names that you would know. He said he
Yeah.
was in a match with Sting, and I think he had his back was screwed up, and the Stinger didn't even put him in
Scorpion
the
Deathlock, huh?
yeah, he didn't put him in the finishing move. What's it called?
The Scorpion Deathlock.
He didn't put him in the Scorpion Deadlock because the dude's back was jacked up.
Wow.
Like he blew out his knee, and he was supposed to wrestle the Macho Man, and like the Macho Man told him, "Dude, I'll take care of you." Like first he was like, "Nah, you shouldn't do it," but then the Macho Man was like, "I'll take care of you," and the Macho Man took care of him, like because he was like, "I can't turn this down, dude." He was like, "To wrestle you," he was like, "This is a dream come true," and he was like, "I'll take care of you," and he did. So it was pretty cool, man.
Man, That is super cool, man. That is super awesome. And, that's the thing. And that's why we're doing this right here. Sometimes you'll hear some of the best stories in the world, but, if you can't have it documented, it's nothing but
Mm,
a story or a rumor or something like that. And we are, man. We're documenting history. And I do. I love what
I
the
love that.
I love what the SCM guys are doing, man. It's super. It's amazing, man. We got encyclopedias right at our beck and call. And yeah, man, I got some of these guys' phone numbers, and we can text back and forth. Man, it really is. It's a brotherhood, and I love what we're doing, and I love how they're going to help us grow, and we're going to do the same. We're going to put them on the platform those guys deserve. And yeah, man, the life lesson of the day: nothing is permanent. Don't stress yourself too much because no matter how bad the situation is, it will change. And that's just with life in general. Either you're getting a little bit better every day or you're getting a little bit worse every day. The one thing that is happening every day is that we're getting older every single day. Every minute that is ticking, it's closer to our doomsday eventually. So go out there and make an impact on people. It's very easy to make somebody's day with a huge compliment, a big smile, a handshake, or a high five, something like that. Something as simple as that. Give me a pound. You know what I mean? It is. It's an amazing thing, and we only got one shot, Coach. We only got one shot at this thing, man. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Let's go all in, brother. But yeah, Totem Pole Nation, we love you guys. Huge shout out to Cultivate Wellness. Check them out. Go to their website. They're trying to heal you. They've got all kind of different remedies on doing that. Go inside the store, tell them what's going on with you, what might be hurting, and they will get you the products you need. Huge shout out to St. Pete Rejuvenate. Health is wealth, man. We are doing these ketamine infusions, and it is game changing. The people that we are having in there are dealing with severe trauma. They're dealing with PTSD, chronic pain. And when we are finished with our ketamine infusions, their lives are changed for better. So it is an amazing thing we're doing there. We do the IV hydrations as well. We got a beautiful staff that does the Botox, the Brotox, man. They can hook you up. We got our girl Wendy give you the best facial in the world, my man. Get you looking, man. Look at those eyebrows. Holy cow, man! You're gonna have a meme. You keep doing those eyebrows like that, my brother. But we'll get you squared away. But yeah. Besides that, man, Totem Pole Nation, we love you guys. Thank you guys for checking in, Coach. What do you got to leave us with?
Hey, man, let's get it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we love you guys. To the next